There's also
What up, everyone? Welcome to a special edition of Me and Two Randos. Today we have the amazing, the incredible, the cut creator, DJ Outkast in the building.
The
Welcome,
Blessings, man.
guest.
man,
Blessings.
the myth, the legend.
Coming from you, that means a lot. That means a lot. What going on, guys?
You
Good
know it
man.
is. Listen, we were just talking. Look at this at the controller behind you, and now I know what color looking to buy.
Yeah, I don't DJ for public and stuff like that. I just DJ for fun. I retired from events, and I have a little DDJ SB3 that I just travel with it around the world.
Oh
But
yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
SP3. I
update.
know it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna update just to have a better one for at home and stuff, just to mess around.
I'm only have this out specifically because this week was like just throwing out mixes quickly, so I
Hmm.
could do it a lot quicker on this. But
Exactly.
majority, this is turntable setup over here, and I'm
Hmm.
building an extension of my studio over here just to have the controller. But normally,
Hmm.
it's the turntable setup here. I
Yeah.
will never shy away from those.
Hmm.
we with Kala and I were just talking about that because yesterday we were DJing a little bit, and he was showing me how easy it is now to actually match the beats
Oh my
using.
God, sync the dreaded sync button.
This thing, but if you
I
press
was
sync,
like,
you're not the
wait.
DJ. Yeah.
He was like, okay, click, 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 sync. Okay, there we go.
There's a lot of
And
people
mix.
against that sync button, but
Yeah.
it's a tool. It's a
Hmm.
tool. It's a useful tool.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily know how. To be honest with you, I never used it because I
Hmm.
actually don't know how to use it. I
Hmm.
never
Mm.
used it because I always
Yeah.
learned to mix like that. And actually, this guy is one of the people
Is
that
he
actually
dropping for you
taught me how
guys?
to mix back.
Yeah,
The one that
Okay.
actually.
you got cut
Yes.
off just now.
You
Oh,
cut it
did I
out. You
drop
get
out?
cut.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's okay. Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Oracle actually was one of those that actually taught me how to mix two records together. So I'll
Hmm.
forever be grateful to him for that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was centuries ago, and this man took that and turned it into like a career, and I would have to say it's like a legendary career.
Yeah.
So while I appreciate that,
Which I'm grateful for.
I humbly appreciate that. Um, you the person who made you the person you are today.
Hmm.
And I personally think it is legendary.
Yep. So do I. Hmm.
That means a lot. That really
Hmm.
truly means a lot. Because Jay, let me explain you. Like in the early days, there's a lot of people that claims they were with me from the start, or I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for them. The fact of the matter is, Khalil, Oracle's brother. Shout out to Jeff, wherever in the world he is. Those are the guys that were
Hmm.
really there from the jump. That
Hmm.
showed me how it's about, showed me music selection. My first MP3 came from Oracle.
Hmm.
You- MP3 had just came out back then. I just
Uh-huh.
remember like we were there in the garage taking a bunch of records and recording them to MP3.
Yep.
That's
Like
facts. I'll, I'll go a step further, Oracle.
hmm.
I remember harassing you to send me an MP3 via MSN Messenger. No, I lied.
No,
Sorry. ICQ.
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 ICQ. You
Yeah.
sent me the first one, and I still even remember what song it
Mhm.
was.
Which
It was Being a Man, Hypocrites on the Showtime Rhythm.
Yo.
I
I mean,
I
what
have a horrible memory, but I still remember that instinctively.
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. I remember
I
the
remember that
reason we
distinctively.
started doing that was because we were getting their graduation. It was just after Hurricane Lewis, and I remember like we need I need a way to actually get most of the music in a portable format. And we started recording the records because Jeff had like his whole big record collection. And we just
Hmm.
started recording those records as MP3s because otherwise you wouldn't be able to travel them. We still have most of them on
Hmm.
storage now. I have them
Yeah.
like on a storage system. They
Oh
are
my
backed
God.
up
Hmm.
twice
Yep.
in case something goes wrong. Like
Yep.
Funny you mentioned that. Funny you mentioned like to make them in a storage way. My first, second, or third time I ever went to Europe to play, I was
Mhm,
still on record. I
mhm.
Mhm.
had to pay 900 euros overweight just to get the records to Europe.
Yo. Hmm.
And I still had to get them the fuck back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Oh,
that was
that's
it.
wow.
That was one way. 900
Hmm.
euros was one way.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like I decided that was never going to happen to me again. And that's when I made the transition over to CDs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have the CD bags and all that, which was cool. But when a CD scratch and it starts skipping in a party, that was
Yeah.
a different story for a different
Exactly.
Yep.
day.
Yep.
But
Exactly.
like Oracle, I guess y'all saw like the future way before everybody because
Hell yeah.
eventually we all moved to MP3 eventually. So I
Hmm.
had
Yeah.
a good start going into that when we
Mhm.
did eventually transfer over to that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it made a big
Well, what's
difference.
funny about your story is Oracle, you got your first MP3 from Oracle, and I got my first MP3 from SS. They were
Yeah.
very good musical dealers, if you want. And it was like, what do you want? What do you want? Anything. And I'm a Islander fan of the
You
TV
sound like a
series.
dealer for true.
Yeah, no, that's how. No, let me tell
Tell
you
me
how
what you want. Tell me
SS
what you want.
gets you
I
into
got you.
stuff.
I got
Uh-huh.
open up
SS
his
be like,
jacket.
I was watching SS once doing his musical thing. He goes, what do you want? What do you want? You must like something. I'm like, I like any music. He introduced me to Buccaneer, and I like Buccaneer. And then I was like, I like any music.
Hmm.
And then he goes, anything, man, anything. Press a couple buttons, the song was there, and the hard drive wars were on. You know, this we're buying like 40 gig hard drives and thinking they were like the greatest
Hmm.
things, you know. So it's funny. Look at that. Musical dealers right here. Didn't know.
Hmm.
They were like unofficial Beat Street or record stores at the time, and they didn't
Dude,
even know it.
I could
Exactly.
tell you, I could tell you an example of this that was worldwide.
Arturo
There
creation.
was no, I go in bigger than that. When
Mm.
I collected the MP3s, so just like he said, we started collecting them after Lewis. One of the main reasons for that was because of Lewis, we lost a lot of music, like CDs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I was like, this ain't happening again. So we started just backing them up. Jay mentioned the hard drive wars. In front of me, right? Oracle just said he has it set, the connection set up on two different servers here in the house. Besides those servers, I have hard drives, stacks of 4 terabyte hard drives with everything backed up 2 and 3 times offline. If anything happened, I have backups. That's how serious I take my dancehall and my music collection. Now, there's a guy who had a website called audiomax.com.
Oh
This
my
was in
God, I
the,
remember
this was in the
that.
early 2000s, and he was selling dancehall rhythm, like the full rhythm for $5. But this was in the early 2000s, he had those rhythms. And I reached out to him and I said, hey, if you want anything from the 90s, I have them organized. And he goes, really? Let me see what you have. And when I showed him my collection, he goes, holy shit, can I buy that from you? He bought my collection of 90s dancehall, and that's what was for sale on his website. My
Oh wow.
collections. So people was like, whoa, he got a lot of rhythms. That was my collection from back then. So yeah, that's when I lived in New York, and New York had a rule. This girl got arrested for having 12 MP3s. A girl got arrested for 12 MP3s, and at that time, I had over 300,
Well,
400,000.
no, but remember,
Uh-huh.
remember, we were buying them. We were
Hmm.
buying them from legit sources and ripping
Yes,
back when
and
Windows
ripping
was
to
fun.
make sure
Now,
everything was digital. Yep.
now Windows says, "Oh, you can't rip. Even if you got an old laptop, you can't
Hmm.
rip in it. You got to
Hmm.
turn on some legacy features."
Hmm.
That was a heyday, man. There was no Apple Music or
Hmm.
Spotify or YouTube.
Hmm.
I remember that was also around the time when we first heard of LimeWire.
Oh my God. Oh
Napster.
boy.
It was
Oh yeah,
Napster.
Napster
It
too.
was Napster.
Yeah, we started.
Those were the places you used to get all the other songs at. But I remember there was a time where you really wanted to find the dance hall. You had to use
Mhm.
another one called Audio Galaxy.
Audio
Yep.
Galaxy.
Hmm.
Yep. Hmm.
And we used
Oh
to
my
all be
God.
playing the music on Winamp.
It really whips the llama's ass.
Winamp.
The man said Winamp no.
Yeah.
Oh my
Winamp.
God.
Winamp.
I was looking at that not too long ago. I think Winamp still exists.
Winamp still exists.
It still
All of them
exists.
still
It
exist.
still exists. Yeah.
You remember when like they had different sound qualities, and that's one of the things that Windows always gets attacked for because you had the media player, and then he's like, no, that was again another dealer, SS. You're not hearing your songs correct. You're not hearing your songs correct. Here, put on this one.
Hold on. Sorry, Jay. Winamp now have a phone app.
Yeah.
What?
It does?
Yeah. To play your music. Yeah.
So,
oh shit.
Another content creator.
Winamp it only still exists. They modernize it. What?
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Remember when you could put your own pictures on it too? So you could make your own
for the skin,
outside of whatever was given. Like you really created in that stuff.
Oh my God.
That's
memory
crazy.
lane, boy.
And it also teaches us how to be computer technicians. Because we didn't know what the hell we were downloading, getting, even if we were ripping it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think the most interesting thing of all, as a matter of fact, the biggest problem when you had so many MP3s was finding them back in, because like we had lists, directories, MP3s, and then we couldn't remember. Wait, what was the name of this rhythm? Okay, we're gonna put them in this temporary place so that we remember the name. And like right now, like there's just so much things mixed together. And I'm actually working on a small AI project, and I think a good idea to test it out might be to actually see if I can get it to sort through the music for me instead of me actually trying to do it. We'll see how that works.
Man. Funny, we're talking about all of these like back then projects after Lewis and all of that. Technically, if you want to be technical about it, we're in 2026 now. I started my journey in 1996. This is my 30th year.
Congratulations.
This is my 30th year doing this.
So
full time.
on the 40th year, where we celebrating?
I don't know yet.
So
I do know that I'm very grateful for the journey and how far it's taken me.
Tell us about that journey. Tell us from when you started to how you got to where you are today.
Oh man, I like I said, I learned so much from USS and Oracle and Jeff, wherever he is in the planet. Shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, but imagine we get
wonder,
Jeff to join this.
Oh my God, I wonder every
I know
day,
how to get it to him. I found out recently how to get stuff to him. I would love
to have a sit down with Jeff one day because I haven't seen or heard from him in years.
Dude, I've been looking for Jeff for about 20 years. And about a month and a half, 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, I got a link. And I sent my information his way. So just waiting to see what happens.
It started with you guys. Like, it really did. Like I said, a lot of people take credit for, oh, I was there from the beginning. Oh, if it wasn't for me, no, it was you guys that were there. And 1996 is when I really started. And we're talking about the old Carnival Village where there was dirt on the ground. I went up and said I was going to take part in this DJ competition, had no business being in it. And I was not well received. SS, you were there.
Always.
If I remember correctly, you were there. I got rocks and bottles thrown after me. I got booed off stage. And I thought it was over after that. But SS saw something in me. And Mixmaster Paulie saw something in me. And I remember him coming to me after, said, that took a lot of guts what you did. And if you're really serious. And he took me on his mentorship under his wing, which I'm forever grateful for to this day. And that's where the journey really started for me. And where things really took a turn for me was in 2004 when I entered the Heineken Green Synergy competition, where I won the local qualifier to move on to the finals, which that year was in Antigua. SS mentioned his name earlier. That's when I competed against Ice Kid and Webby D and all and others. And I was very grateful to have placed second throughout the regional finals of the Caribbean. And that really pushed my career to another level. Then in 2006, I re-entered the competition, won the local qualifier, and then moved on to the regional finals in the Bahamas, Nassau. What really elevated me that year, I don't know if you guys remember MTV Tempo, the Caribbean network. Tempo covered that entire competition, and they did such a spread, such a showcase on me, and that really pushed my career to another level again. But what really did it for me was in 2011. That was the year I got married, and like literally the week after the wedding, I was on BET 106 in Park.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And that changed everything. Like I've gotten on like jitters before going on stage and all that. I think we've all experienced that, them little butterflies in your stomach. But when the guy turned to me, the producer of 106 in Park, says, "That camera light goes red, just keep in mind 12 million people are watching.
No pressure."
Father God. But I managed to keep it together, and it did wonders for my career after that. And I did shows in Atlanta after. That same week, after coming off 106, I did shows in New York, shows in Atlanta, shows in Miami. And that's where my life changed. That's where I signed on my international management deal. That's when Shadyville G Unit reached out. I became affiliate of them. And it's just been going ever since. And the fact that music has taken me to the parts of the world that I've traveled to, such as a little kid from St. Martin headlining shows in Tokyo, headlining shows in Hawaii, headlining shows in Australia. Sorry, I'm starting to get a little emotional because of it. Because
don't worry, bro.
Again, these guys know that where I started, how I was told it can't be done. Like I have no business getting into this, and to see where I'm now 30 years later, it's nothing but God's blessings upon me, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Yeah, that is crazy. But the first time I heard that you were going to be on BET, I was like, wait, hold on, what? Yeah.
Yeah,
that was crazy. That was a crazy. I remember. What year was it when they had that that DJ competition in Simpson Bay behind the airport? That hotel behind the airport.
Talking about one of the Heineken competitions for like
I think that's the Heineken competition.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
That's 2004. That's 2004.
I remember when they're like DJ Outkast, and people were not expecting Outkast to come out like that. And then I think Paulie was also in that competition.
Yes,
he was.
Paulie, and shout out to Paulie, and shout out to also Blaze, who was also in that competition.
Yeah. And I just remember, listen, Outkast came out, and like he didn't have that nervous thing that he had before. Like I remember the first time I saw Outkast play, like it was obvious that he was nervous, and then he came out, and like I was in college here, so I hadn't seen you guys in a while, and I came in, and I remember DJ Outkast just came out, didn't even bother with the crowd. He was just like in the zone, and he started, and you could not stop people from jumping. You could not stop the people from jumping. I was like, that's
I'm so grateful for that, boy. And hearing that come from you, knowing that you guys were there from the start, you have no idea what that means.
Yeah. So now I have some questions prepared for you.
Please, by all means.
First thing, I want you to tell me, what is the golden age of dancehall?
You really have to ask me that?
In your estimation.
Because here's the thing, right? like for me, like back then I was really into dancehall. Then I moved here, and then like I was still
Wait,
Does that
listening
answer
to
your
it.
question, Oracle?
Oh,
Name those.
wait, make him full screen so everybody could see.
Does that answer your question, Oracle? This was the golden age of dancehall. These
Spotlight.
Oh my
coming from this era,
gosh.
90s. They will never. They could try to recreate the rhythms as much as they want. It will never be the same. It will
I
never
agree.
be the same. And I will forever include 90s dancehalls in my set, no matter what part of the world I'm in, because it will
Round of
never be
applause.
duplicated. It will never be duplicated. It will never come back to
Yes.
that. What they're making now is cool. I might not per se be a fan of it. It's part of my job that I do have to play it, but the bass lines of the 90s dancehall just don't hit like that anymore. It don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just don't. And the response that you get, excuse me, from 90s era it will never be replicated. So I hope that answers your question, bro.
Yeah, no, it does.
Of course it does.
It does. Yep. I remember the 90s, you walk into a club, like you walk in the door and the rhythm just boom, boom. Just hitting you as you walk in. It was just crazy. Now it just don't feel the same.
So
DJ, you want
Yeah,
to say something?
So DJ Outkast, what is your favorite rhythm?
Whoa. Okay.
I'll give you two rhythms since you got to mix something. I'll give you two.
Actually, don't even need that much. I could give you one. I'll give you my all-time favorite because it's what made me fall in love with dancehall music, especially that era. Oracle used to have a white car with a sound system in it,
Cavalier.
playing cassettes, not CDs, not mini discs, none of that. Even though D
magnetic
introduced
tape.
me into that.
Magnetic tape.
The first time he introduced me to dancehall music, it was on Reggae Gold 1996. And the first song on that compilation was the song, and I told Beanie Man this to his face. The first song that made me fall in love with dancehall was on the Stink rhythm, Old Dog from Beanie Man.
Old dog like we.
That was the song that made me fall in love with dancehall. I told Beanie this to his face in an interview I did with him. That was the song. So if I have to really name that one rhythm that will forever resonate with me, it's the Stink rhythm. Beanie Man, Old Dog, and the other classics, of course, on that rhythm. But if you want to really go down that line of greatest rhythms in my book of all time, you have what's the name of that rhythm again? Where everyone falls in love. Was it
That's Sweet Cologne.
Up Close.
Up Close, yeah. I was like, it's Sweet Cologne, yeah.
Up Close, Showtime. Those were the rhythms to me that cemented dancehall to that era, that 90s era that made all of us fall in love with it. So yeah, I think it would be Stink, Up Close, Showtime,
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. Those were the rhythms. Those were the
Pepper
rhythms, man.
Seed.
Pepper Seed, oh God. Those were the rhythms, man.
Yeah, those rhythms were crazy. No, that was I was going to save that one for my last question because yeah, those rhythms.
The reason I gotta ask is because he set it up. He goes the 90s era, so I gotta see what type of rhythm it is, you know?
Fair enough.
Because SS could tell you stories that I only like this song, she got a gun in her baggie and all that. And I'm like, that song was great. I didn't know what it meant, but the song was great. And that was the type of song.
That was some terrible Mondegreen.
Wait, but the whole thing, Outkast, something that you don't know is he's Jamaican.
Is Jay?
Yeah,
he's what? Glasses is off. Why? No, I profess to be the worst New Yorker and the worst Jamaican there is. Except when you come to talk about jerk chicken. That's me. I'm gonna say fried dumpling, but you're gonna say Johnny Cake. Yeah, it's like that. Have a big pitcher of water. I can sit anywhere, listen to any music. A matter of fact, Outkast, I was at a family party and they had a DJ they playing. And all I could think about, because I was used to listen to SS do his sets, is,
Right.
and no offense to anybody in the yard back home, I'm like, this DJ sucks. I could play like this DJ. I said, you know what? Let me take something. That time it was from Mixcrate that SSJ had something on. And we put it on in the middle of the park. And everybody, oh, who's this? Now, I was about to say, yo, it's DJ Morte on the mic. but the reason that didn't happen either is because the DJ that was playing, what he extremely pissed me off was every time the music got good, he started talking. I said, is this guy DJing or is this guy master of ceremonies? Like, I didn't know what happened, but yeah, I am Jamaican. I'm the worst. Dancehall was more introduced by me just being at barbecues than me actually enjoying the rhythm. Because
and if you don't mind me asking, what part of yard you're from, sir?
I am from St. Andrews, Kingston.
Nice. Funny we talking about Jamaica. I'm going there weeks from now.
Wow.
Awesome.
You going to a resort?
We're doing a resort, but I have played in Jamaica before. Kingston 13. I've done Devon's Yard. I did the album launch for they actually brought me to Jamaica to do the album launch. Shout out to my good friend, Not Nice. He did his solo album, and I was there. He had me as a guest DJ at Devon Yard for the album release. That was the first time I met Bounty Killer in person. We had a good conversation. Popcorn was there. Sean Paul was out of town, but he was also on the album. And they did like a whole listening party and everything. I was grateful to be there. That was my first time in Jamaica. It was just under some shaky circumstances because as I had just landed in Jamaica, checked into my hotel, connected to Wi-Fi, then I got the call that my dad had suffered a major stroke. So I didn't really get to enjoy
focus on it.
like focus. Like I'm there for one thing, but my mind is somewhere else. And then fly home, got to see him just for a few minutes, and then I had a major show in the Festival Village, and then the next day I had to fly out to Bali to do another show. So like my mind was just all over the place. So my first experience in Jamaica was good, but it could have been better. So I'm hoping this time going now, I can get more of a feel for the island to see more of the country. And hopefully 1 or 2 dub plates cut, but that's a different story for now.
So I was going to ask you, how did it come about that you got to make the rhythm, the Mullet Bay rhythm?
Okay, so production is something I've been wanting to dabble in for a while. I dabble in it here and now and again, but I never really got into it the way I wanted to, because in today's day and age, there's so many DJs about, and you have to just go that extra mile to stand out. And production is where, you stand out in that. I did collaborate with the Frost Twins out of Jamaica to put that rhythm together. And we, just like how we are here now, we was on literally video calls for hours. No, the snare ain't right. We need to make sure that this is the lead, this is the follow, and it has to have that 90s bass line. If it don't have that, throw the whole damn rhythm away. It had to have that 90s bass line with it. And then throughout my years, I've been blessed to either DJ for them, open for their shows, or just have them on radio as guests. So I've built so many relationships with artists over the years, and that's how I was able to collaborate with a lot of these artists. Because a lot of people might not know, for 3 years, I was TOK's tour DJ. And through that, I got the relationship with them to get them in the studio to because mind you, they're not together anymore. They broke up years among years. But through the relationship I have with them, I was able to get them in the studio to cut a song on a Mullet Bay. And a lot of people like Shams, Sham Birch, all these people coming to me like, how did you get them? It's just through personal relationships throughout the years. And I was so grateful to have all of these artists create the rhythm. I just wish I knew what I know now about music distribution and going through the proper channels to have it on the proper DSPs and all of that. I just wish I knew what I knew then now for that rhythm to have done more. But it was still a great project, and I do have some others that I want to put out there. But like, again, I was having this conversation with SS earlier. the times have changed, the music has changed, the audience has changed, and the rhythms that I have in mind put out just wouldn't resonate with
the current
if
audience.
you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like, nothing against these new school artists, but they just wouldn't sound right on what I have. Because again, I'm trying to mold my projects based on these 90s to bring back that 90s sound. And nothing against Chronic Law, he just wouldn't fit. He just wouldn't fit. I'm just saying, but
I love it's something else I love about the Bud Bay Rhythm. You were in the music video for it with
oh, it's super.
It was Red Eye Crew.
Yes, Red Eye Crew and Super Kid. Yeah.
And I thought that thing was hilarious. But I love those kind of music videos. I don't normally look at music videos, but I love those kinds of like the ones that make you actually laugh. I love those kinds of music videos. I thought that was hilarious.
Man, now that you're talking about it, I really need to get back into that shit now, man.
What was it? It was Coke and Crackers, I think
it was Coke and Crackers. That's correct. If a girl give you bun, you just home all day can't eat. Now you could bring down his Coke and Crackers.
Coke and Crackers.
By the way, Coke is soda, people. Just remember.
Yes,
it's not that Coke. For the love of Christ, not that Coke, please.
Yeah.
Not that Coke.
Next thing somebody tell you the Coke is the salt on the cracker, but guess what? It's
Coca-Cola, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Made with the cane sugar. If you're drinking it from a certain place.
Yeah, facts.
That's what we get in the islands.
All right.
Yeah.
So then we talk about what the greatest rhythm was, the one that changed your life. But if you had to pick a rhythm from 2026, well, no, that's gonna be too, because 2026 is that 2025 till now.
From 2020 to 2025.
Okay, yeah. Okay, but I wanted something more recent.
Give them a little 5 years. You know how much music y'all got in your heads?
If you had to think of one of the modern ones that you were thinking, you know what? That track is the one I would play the most. Which one would it be?
So again, is it the 5-year gap, or are we talking 2025 here?
Let's do a 5-year gap because Jay Morte want to know.
Okay. I'm not going to count 2020 because we all know where the state of the world was in 2020. We're not going to count 2020. Yes, songs came out in 2020, but it's hard to judge those because we didn't have an audience to play it for.
Yeah.
So modern dancehall, again, it doesn't resonate as much with me. So I'm more going off of the reaction it gets when I do drop it. I met this kid years ago and I saw the drive and the hunger that he had. I would have never imagined he would have become the global superstar that he is today. If we're talking new age dancehall, Byron Messiah really took it by storm. I met this kid when I went to St. Kitts when he was on the come up and how hungry he was and how he wanted to be this superstar. And I remember giving him a couple of phone numbers. He wanted to do a feature with Charlie Black. I gave him Charlie's phone number and they did do some work together. And there were a couple of producers looking at him. But the way he took, what year was it? 2023? I think it was 2023 he broke out. And when he hit the scene, I don't think nobody had the impact that he had that year. So I want to say Byron Messiah really had that the world locked down with that Taliban song, especially when he did the collab with he did the remix with Burna Boy, and then funny enough, the two of them were scheduled to perform on the same music festival, and they ended up coming out on stage, and to see the reaction that the two of them got together, I think I'll give that to Byron Messiah. Between that 5-year, because he had the biggest impact. But you also got to look at artists like Cranium. You got to look at artists like, I mentioned him, like Chronic Law.
But you also mentioned Burna Boy, who like even up here in the middle of nowhere, up on the Santa Claus left boob, all the way up here. Dude, you know how far north I is? You think I, from the Caribbean, would find myself in a state tucked up under Alaska? You think that was where I was going to end up? I decided I don't want to go any place. You know what convinced me that I didn't want to go any place with snow? I visited Ithaca one
Ithaca,
year.
that's in Alaska. That's in Alaska.
New York.
Northern New York.
New York.
Northern New
Okay.
York.
I wanted to we were looking for universities and I was curious to know what Cornell University was like, and I visit Ithaca, and I decided I stayed in the southern United States, as far south as I could possibly go because of how cold it was up there. It was so cold, like my face feel like it was burning.
Yeah.
That's how cold it
Yeah.
was. And I was thinking to myself, people just live in this? And then of all the places, I end up right here. But it doesn't get as cold here, but I end up all the way up here where it does have snow. So never in a million years, I think I would end up all the way up here. But like Burna Boy songs, there's be playing up here even, which
Yeah,
tells me that where there isn't even like
a big demographic, you mean?
yeah, I remember one time there was a club that played dance hall here, and it would play it on every other Wednesday. So not only was it like not at the time when people actually went to clubs, but they couldn't even afford to put it on every week. So they had dance hall time every other Wednesday, and it would be an arbitrary DJ from Jamaica. But yeah, even way up here, I hear people talk about Burna Boy. I was like, what? Where did you even hear that name?
Man, he has become the global superstar. He has, not only because that Afro Beats train was really high at one point. I'll give Jack his jacket. He's a phenomenal recording artist. I saw him live once. It was a good show.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to understand, we come from West Indian culture where we see top performers like Beenie Man, Marshall Montano. We see these top tier performances. So when you see a mellowed out show like a Burna Boy show, it's like, okay, it was good. Do I give it a 5 stars? Not really. But there people are paying top dollar for this guy. Somebody was getting $5 million a show.
Jay has never seen the people who come to Sim, because when you come to Simatin, if you have a big name, if you come to Simatin, if your show ain't legendary,
no,
like the dude, bottles, they will throw bottles at you.
Well, back in the day, I've seen people come here and do horrible shows and people just stand there and watch them. But like how Oracle is speaking about, I've seen Barrington Levy get bottles thrown after him in the village. I've seen it. Like, we come from that era. Like, if you're gonna come correct. We come from that era.
Listen, we couldn't afford to pay for a show just to stand there and be okay.
Right.
Like people, the people on the island couldn't afford to spend there. So when they see a big name, come to bear, come. I remember one year when and listen, this is just to show you what kind of entertainer the people from Jamaica used to be. I remember we went to see a Buju show. You were there too. We went to see a Buju show, and it was one like Buju had just the day before was up and down Simatin on a scooter.
Yes, I remember that.
He fall off the bike and hurt his leg. And Buju come out and Buju do the entire show with a limp and dancing on one leg.
Yes, I remember that. I do remember that.
He did not care that his leg was injured. The man didn't postpone the show. He didn't come out in a wheelchair. The man just decided the show must go on and went out there with a bum leg.
Yes, I do remember that.
And listen,
no, like it just shows the different caliber of artists from that time to now.
But like you said, DJ Outkast, it's the vibe. The vibe is changing. Right? Like, this is a question I ask SS all the time and some other DJs that I know on the side.
Mm.
How do you feel, or does this even happen to you, where you're doing a set and not that many people or any people seem to want to dance? But they'll tell you that it's a great set.
Oh, I get that all the time. I get that all the time because, like I mentioned before, the audience has changed. The demographic has changed. The audience has become younger in my retrospect. And people don't go like, I'm sure Oracle and SS is going to laugh when I say this. When you used to go to a place like News Cafe or Indiana's where there were actually dance floors, Greenhouse dance floor used to be packed. Now they're completely eliminating dance floors and putting tables because people don't go out anymore to actually dance and have a good time. Everything is social media and bottle service and all of this BS. But if we could just go back to those simpler times when we just used to go out and have a good time, you would see a dramatic difference in overall club life and nightlife. But it's not about that anymore.
No,
it really isn't. So I'm used to playing in rooms where everybody's just standing there and I'm thinking I'm doing a horrible job. But when I come off, yo, you killed that shit. I did.
People don't dance anymore, really.
No,
because I remember
my theory
when we used to.
My theory is they don't want to be caught on camera because of social media. That's my
no, I disagree because I've gone to countries where dancing is still a thing, and that's where the video man is having a great time because people want to be seen. Like I just did Trinidad Carnival for the first time this year.
For those of you who don't know, Trinidad Carnival is no small
you don't know
thing.
where to look.
It's
Everybody
one of the
wants to be on
biggest
camera.
Carnivals. Yeah, you cut off a bit there.
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's not your fault. Semantic connection. I've been there. No, it is. It was legendary, right? Because I think between Barbados and Trinidad, those are the two biggest carnivals in the Caribbean. Like Trinidad Carnival is no joke. So yeah,
it's grown. Other islands now were always trying to keep up with Trinidad, but now through the soca music has become so big now. Other islands carnivals are starting to grow. Like Jamaica Carnival is becoming a big thing. St. Lucia Carnival has become a big thing. The VI's Carnival has become a big thing.
Even
this year,
Anguilla Carnival become a big
thing. Even Anguilla's Carnival. I did one of the fetes for Anguilla's Carnival last year where I was on the show with Marshall and funny story, not to go off topic, but here I am thinking, I'm at the hotel, I'm there with my crew, we're having dinner, and I get this phone call from Marshall's team saying, hey, Marshall needs you to DJ his show. Here I am thinking, wait a minute, Marshall's not here with the band? He's doing a track show and he's asking me at the very last minute to play his set. So I go and have a quick meeting with Marshall to go through the sets, how he wants it, what tempo he wants it at. And we do the show and I got people coming to me after saying, you look like you've been doing that with Marshall for the past 20 years. It's just that we have an understanding of how we want the show to flow out once I talk to the artists and see how it goes. But the soca music has become such a global thing now that everybody's carnival is now starting to stand out. Even us this year, we're celebrating 55 years of St. Martin Carnival. And they've really pushed the envelope now because that carnival is going to be 3 weeks long. This carnival is going to be 3 weeks long.
It's basically going to be like the whole month.
Yeah, it's like by week 2, people are going to be halfway dead. I'm like, jeez, man.
They really, really, really tried to push it hard. I was surprised to find out because like everyone's like, oh, yes, listen, you gotta come down for Carnival. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I should do that. And then they were like, yeah, it's from here to here. And I was like, sorry, Sebastian Carnival ain't that long. They're like, no, it's the anniversary.
It's that long.
It's like,
it is that long.
Holy crap. Like,
it is that long. And we had a whole contingent from this year. They had a whole contingent. St. Martin Tourist Bureau had a whole contingent in Trinidad during their carnival promoting St. Martin Carnival on the road during the parades and all that.
What?
So like they're really going all out to make this one of the biggest carnivals. And shout out to St. Martin government for putting that together.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. That should be legendary. Like they have. I'm assuming they pull in a bunch of big artists too.
Marshall is for sure on one of the shows.
Mm.
Kess is on one of the shows.
Yes.
I see for the reggae night, I received it. They haven't announced all the artists. I see Morgan Heritage is on that.
Nice.
Their Latin show is also going to be big. Like they're pulling out all the stops. And this year, for sure,
Maybe they'll
they're
bring in Bad Bunny.
also. Yeah, they ain't got they ain't got a budget for that now, Oracle. Come on now, let's be real.
Bad Bunny.
They also are doing, they always had their grand parade, second day parade. Shameless plug, I'm playing on the troupe that has won the best troupe for the past 3 years. Kudos for that. But this year,
the name of the troupe. Tell them the name.
Shout out to Rio Productions, man. Yeah, shout out to Rio Productions. So this year they're doing something new. So the first day parade is going to be during the day, and then the second day parade is going to be in the night. So it's going to be a lighted parade. Everything is going to be different this year. So definitely something to check out. So if you haven't yet, for all of your viewers or listeners that's listening, check out St. Martin Carnival. It wouldn't hurt.
Buy those tickets now because the hotels ain't going to have no space left.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, that's facts. And I'm coming out of Jamaica, literally coming back to St. Martin 2 days after the village opens and just jumping right into Carnival shenanigans.
Yeah, they're going to be crazy. I miss St. Martin Carnival, but like I remember by the time Juve morning come, I done barely have enough energy to.
Oracle, I skip out on Juve 2 years in a row because I gotta pace myself. Man's getting older now. Come on now.
Yeah.
For people who watch the podcast but don't know, Juve morning is when people come out. They have a rag. They come out. Some people, it's early in the morning. Some people
starts 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so early that like some people come out in the pajamas. They just got on pajamas and slippers, and then like these large trucks with huge speakers will just pull out and start driving down the road, and then the different bands would start playing, and the whole island would be jumping up behind.
Yeah,
the truck.
It's a vibe. If you've never experienced that, that's something to see.
Yeah, they're jumping up around the truck and they're going all the way. How big is the pond? Like because they used to do it around the pond. I don't think they do it around the pond anymore. But before,
yeah, they still do.
No, they still do.
So you come out from that Carnival Village, you go around the pond,
Sucker Garden,
you go through to Sucker Garden.
Yeah,
you cut through there like Arch Road, going through there. You pass where the old zoo is, where cable TV used to go. Then you cut through there. You pass like where the road Laser 101 is located. I forgot what that road is called now again.
I don't remember the name of that road either. So I was like, yeah.
But you drive through that, then you cut
when
through.
You hear it, you'll be like, yeah, that's in it. Because
you cut through there, you go down to Illich Road. You go down. It's Illich Road, right? You go
over
down
the pond.
Road.
I don't know.
Yeah, you go through Illich Road. You cut through there. You go straight down like where the Bush Road Bridge is. Then you cut through, go around the pond, right back into the village. You start at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that doesn't finish until like 11 or 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah, and then you go to the beach right after that.
But the crazy thing about it is they're having a major show in the village the night before where Kess is performing. So the plan is basically that's a 24/7 run.
24/7 run, yeah.
That's a 24-hour run. Like you're at the show from maybe 10 or 11 o'clock to enjoy the Kess show, and then right after the Kess show, Juve starts.
Yeah.
So you're going like it. You really gotta like pace yourself. This carnival,
like you don't get to go home. Like you stay up and because they always used to have it after like a big night for
a big show.
Yeah, you have a big show, and then after the show done, like you done half tired from jumping up during the show, and you go and you lean up against your car, you wait for the trucks to leave the car.
Pass by, let me go again,
and then we go in again, and then
it's a run. It's a run. It's a marathon.
But that's how we used to stay in shape.
Yeah, if you plan on joining Juve morning and attending the show before, I highly recommend that you do some sit-ups, some push-ups, get that energy.
Take a nap. Take a nap. Talk about take a nap, dude.
Because you need to be in shape. I might have to go do some jogging to prepare for Carnival.
Yeah, it's really a marathon. Like I always, I for years been part of St. Martin Carnival, but this year was the first time I experienced a carnival outside of St. Martin. And boy, did I make a big jump jumping into carnival in Trinidad. That is not for the weak.
Yeah.
That is not for the weak, dude. What?
But where else had big carnivals too that surprised me? I went to one of the anniversary carnivals in Aruba.
Oh yeah, and Aruba's carnival is big too.
Oh, I was like,
Aruba's carnival is big
I was
too.
born there and I didn't even know how big the carnival there was.
Aruba's carnival is very big.
What?
And they fall around the same time as Trinidad Carnival as well, from February.
Yeah.
Aruba's carnival is big. Curacao carnival has starting to get big as well. Like a lot of countries are now starting to really push and embrace their carnivals because they're seeing how big this soca fraternity, this world has become, and everybody wants a little bit of that pie. So a lot of people more are now pushing their carnivals.
You know what year that was when I went to that carnival? You know a song came out that year? Danza Kuduro.
Oh my God, Don Omar.
That song came out then when we went to that. Yeah, way back then. It that played during Aruba Carnival that year.
Yeah, that was a while back then.
Yeah,
that was a
minute. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have people working for me that weren't born when that song came out.
Jano. Oh God, why you have to go make me feel old now? For?
Oh, no. Hey, listen. I ain't trying to make anybody feel old. Like these things, yeah. The truth of the matter is, if you feeling old, then I already a corpse because. And listen, I have to knock the dust off when I wake up.
That's how we had to get him to join us just now. That's what took so long. He said that his computer had updates. It wasn't updates. It was the dust.
I had to knock the dust off. I can't come on the show and people see me in my mummy outfit.
No judgment pass, I promise.
Do you have anything coming up that you want to promote or anything like that? Even though you have much bigger promotion than we do, but
I mean, right now we're just every month I always check in with my management to see what's on the calendar or what's coming up. We are in talks to do Miami Carnival. We're in talks to do Atlanta Carnival. We're also in talks to do LA Carnival. Also in talks to do Caribana in Canada. Supposed to go back out to Europe for the summer, supposed to do like a 2-week run in summer. It's just so much on the table right now, but it's just, they just have to go through the proper channels, make sure everything is booked and in place, and then we make the announcements and everything. But right now, because I've latched on it so much because of timing and all of that, I just want to put out more mixes. I've always just haven't had the time to do it because between family and I do daytime radio every weekday from 2 to 4. So it's just to find the right time to just put everything together. But I said this year I really need to put more work into my content and mixes and all of that to make myself more out there in that perspective. Because I'm out there, I'm all over the damn place, but it's just I need to work on my online presence and all of that a little more. So I think this year I'm going to focus more on that. But yeah, I'm moving around. I move around a lot. I'm grateful for that. One thing you have to love about being in St. Martin, and I get this question so much more than you could think. I'm always asked, why are you still in St. Martin? Why haven't you moved? Why haven't you branched out? I mean, at the end of the day, it's home, yes, but I want my kids to raise up the way I did and like this. And plus, my older sister doesn't live here, so that's grandkids that my parents don't get to see all the time. And I know if I was to take my kids away from them, it'll destroy them. So the fact that I can still travel the world because we have a great international airport that I can do that still from, it's good still being home. And I was told once by my management, like, why would you want to leave? I'm like, I was puzzled because shouldn't I want that? He's like, every other day you see a flyer where, straight out of New York, straight out of Miami, straight out of Atlanta, so and so.
Mhm.
My selling point is where you're from.
Mhm.
I can market you easier. Like I'm
Mhm.
bringing you a DJ from the islands. I'm bringing you somebody
Mhm.
from the Caribbean, from St. Martin. Like I can market
Mhm.
you better that way.
Mm.
It's like shit. I didn't think of it that way.
Mhm.
But now when you put it in retrospect, it actually makes more sense.
Mhm.
I can get anywhere in the world once I get to Miami or New York, and
Mhm.
those flights are every day from St. Martin. So
Mhm.
I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. I could still be home, still be with my family, and still travel the world and do what I love.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. But yeah, something else, speaking of your online presence, um looking at your social media is like what's the word I'm looking for? Um it's a fun pastime when I want to get my mind off of like the world.
Mhm.
Because, dude, I identify with like the vast majority of the clips that you post.
I know where you're going.
I
I know where you're going with this.
identify with the vast majority of the clips that that you post, but the ones that really kill me is the ones where you like where you say like, you know, you're doing something and then this is your wife's response and you're like,
I
and
actually
then
got one I was going to post today. I'm going to post that right after I get off of this. But I try to not only focus it on the music,
yeah,
but part of our job is entertainment.
yeah,
Mhm.
And it's always good to give somebody a little retrospect and to, yes, I can relate to you because this is what we
mm,
go through in life every day.
Mhm.
yeah,
I don't always have to be forcing, hey, look at me scratch today
yeah,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
exactly.
tomorrow. Like
And
we
that
know
I
what you're
think that's the
capable
thing
of.
that I love
Mhm.
about it, right? Like when I see it, it's like it also lets people know that like you're still human,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, that's the whole
It's a,
concept of it.
like down to
Mhm.
earth. You have the same problems that everybody else who have a family who they love and care
Mhm.
about. You have the all the same. You go through all the same things that they go through, and so
Yes,
like I like it's not only entertaining. It's easy to be it's easy to relate.
Mhm.
So
that's the whole
yeah, I really
concept
love
behind
that.
it. That it's entertaining, it's funny, but it's relatable, and it drives more traffic to my page, and that it gets them to look through my other content, which is
Mhm.
DJing, which is music, but
Mm,
Mhm.
it's all part of marketing to bring the
Mhm.
views up, and
mm,
you just have to look for other different creative ways of doing so,
mm.
Mhm.
which I think is what I'm doing with that now. And if you like the ones I just put up before, then you're gonna love the one I'm going to try to do today. And I know my
Mhm.
wife is going to kill me, but but it's all good. It's all part of it. It
Does
is all
I have
part
a
of it.
question? Has she ever like produced one of the videos that you're making? And
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
She's just out on the bullshit as much as I am.
Mhm.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. She comes up with a lot of the concepts, like, "Hey, we should try this."
Mhm.
Absolutely, no, no. It's a
Mhm.
collective effort, Oracle.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing, right? That's
Mhm.
support right there, boy.
It's a
Mhm.
collective effort. No, look, if there's one thing I'm grateful for in life is my wife, my kids, my family, for how supportive they've been over the years. And they understand what I do. And my wife herself, she's a full-time ER nurse. So her
Mhm.
schedule is sometimes, if not more hectic than my is. And we
Mhm.
still try to find that balance
Mhm.
to make it all work out.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
you have no idea how grateful I am for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I also always have respect for people who work in ERs
Mhm.
because like dying a place for the faint of heart.
Oh my God, the stories, bro. I mean,
Mhm.
I know it's patient confidentiality, but the
Yeah, Dr. Patient
stories
Confidential. Yeah.
that she
You know
comes
what you
home
should,
with sometimes. Oh,
you know what you should come out with? You should come out with the ER pit rhythm. Pit
Oh
from the
no!
TV.
Oh no!
Pit from the Pit is the TV show. But the reason why I say that is because man, there's so much sounds in the hospital.
Mm,
Sorry, that used to be one of my pastimes, just being in the hospital, listening to all the different sounds. I
boop
always said, man, people
boop.
put that thing together. You never know what.
That's actually not a bad idea when you think about it. That's actually not a bad idea.
Clear.
Actually not bad.
Because if one rhythm people definitely know, other than video games, they definitely know some sounds from the hospital, man.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we all had trips there, so we know.
Yeah, you don't live as long as me because I older than plastic. You don't live as long as me without one.
The man say older than plastic,
Dude. I don't know if you remember this, right? But you have to keep in mind, I was around since like Betamax was a thing. Everybody else who's watching the show is like
so long ago.
What is Betamax? Dude, listen, I was around when people still used to watch some movies in black and white.
Oracle was the first person to ever show me Linux.
Yeah, there was something besides Windows out there. Yeah.
Linux. And I do not touch Windows anymore. Everything for me is Mac. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know a certain SSJ who's doing a hand movement.
I see him.
Who swears by it. And one of the reasons is because you can be out DJing, and while you're getting ready to do your DJing, all of a sudden, wait, a Windows update.
Windows update.
Sorry, everyone. We will start a little bit late because
start a DJ. See, for me, I'll be laughing because I'm one of those people that post myself and I'll wear all black and I'll look like a bodyguard. So those things would be funny to me. Like somebody said, "Oh, you hear the Windows update coming through."
There's DJs that started sets with it.
Yeah. That'd be like a really cool clip, like you getting ready to DJ at a party and like you get your setup and then like the crowd they're looking at you because you just rush inside, you're late, and then you open up your computer and then
you know what? I can't even hate because when I made the transition to DJing with a laptop, I did start with a PC, so I can't even hate. I can't even be mad. But when I did eventually make that switch over to Mac, I never look back.
Yeah. That's the trend. That's a trend of
affordability. That's what the trend was.
Yeah,
you're affordable, Windows, and then because even Apple now is coming out with an affordable laptop now because they realize
I'm gonna get one of those
because they realize
the Neo, right?
The Neo, yeah.
But here's the thing, right? That in all these years. I still don't think that Microsoft fully understands that if you keep frustrating people, eventually they're going to just be like, you know what? I'm going to just pay the extra money. Just for that.
You know what it is? It's the point of entry for the younger kids. It's like Adobe Illustrator and those Photoshop programs now. Now everything is like software as a service, so it's easy entry. But when we were growing up, you needed to know musical dealers. You know what I'm saying? Like you needed to know where to get the software because those things were like $600. Now everybody got a credit card or pay me later or something like that and money. That's another reason why the kids don't even like value certain things. They're like on to the next one. Gobble.
Yeah,
he's right. Like it goes right back to what I was saying earlier. Times have changed. People have changed. The way that we consume things have changed. Is to either you keep up with those times or get left behind.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Mr. Zeus with the DJ, his hair don't look like yours.
That's how my hair used to look when I had hair.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen you with hair. When did you start shaving?
No, he had hair. I think
he was born bald.
Just talk to my head.
It was low to the top.
Talk to my head, sir.
Flat top.
Not flat top. I always had a Caesar feed. Never had a flat top. You had a flat tops.
Yeah.
My Widowmaker went straight through. I went like St. Francis of Assisi. A matter of fact, in my job, I just keep my head straight, and everybody's like, "Oh, I thought you were bald. You talking about you gonna get a haircut?" I was like, "Yo, I gotta take a break. I gotta get a haircut." They're like, "What haircut?" I thought you were
But
completely
wait, this has had hair, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. It was close to his. It was close to his.
I always had a fade, like a Caesar top.
He always had a fade.
Always had a
I'm
fade.
trying to remember.
Yeah, it's because it was so close. I've seen pictures where he had hair, but
it was all fade with waves. Always a fade.
Listen, SS used to sit there and brush those
right.
curls. Listen,
my fade, my waves had to be on point. You understand?
Listen. I'm not like hey, listen. We used to have sleepovers back in those days. By the way, that's how comparatively young we were. My boy used to just be there. Take off his wave cap and just be there. Has to be perfect.
I have relatives that I say that I like brush it while it can because it's coming. I would look over their hair and go, I see the baldness. See,
oh my God, scaring the poor children.
Even when the spot's not there, I said it's gonna come right around here.
Scaring the poor children. Oh my God!
You know, now they got units they could put on.
I haven't second thoughts about having my children meet Jay. Jay will tell my daughters they're gonna get bald spot just like
only for the male children. You know the ones when they got that look and I'm better than now. You see this hair? Yeah, you shine it up all right, because something else is gonna shine. Gonna look like a nice little bowling ball. And I see it right there. But
I'm not gonna lie though, the best thing I ever did was go bald. I'm not going to go front. The best thing I ever did was to go bald because I went through all the phases. I had the long hair, I had the pompadour, I had all that bullshit. This was the best thing I ever did. This was easy maintenance. It's over and done with. Suits the look. Works for me.
I don't know. Like I think it's a DJ look. Look at SSJ. Look at DJ Outkast. Look at DJ J.
Every time I actually look at you, if I have you juxtaposed. There go your word, Oracle. See? I said a fancy word right there. I have DJ Outkast and SSJ juxtaposed on my screen. Y'all look
it took me a minute. I didn't even realize there's 3 bald people in this damn thing. It took me a minute to just catch that on to that.
Don't worry, at the rate at which my daughters is pull out my locks, there gonna be 4 bald people in the near future.
Oh boy.
Because when they pull out the lock, it don't grow back.
Oh,
that's a sign. So it's coming.
I'm trying to tell you something.
It's coming. Yeah. No. I know what they're trying to tell me. They're trying to tell me that they think they're Tarzan. That's what they're trying to tell me. Oh.
My sons ask me all the time, why don't you grow back out your hair, Daddy? Please grow back out your hair. Yeah, the hair is not the problem. It's the hairline. The hairline is the problem.
Or the lack thereof. The lack thereof.
The lack thereof. There you go. That's it.
You know, that happened to LeBron the other day. I was watching TV in nice 4K, and I'm like, wait, LeBron finally went bald? And then they zoomed in just to prove that he still had some hair on the top.
Just a little.
Just
funny story. Sorry, we're talking about hair. I did a show in Bali, not Bali, sorry, Jakarta, Indonesia. And to get there, we had to lay over in Turkey. We had to lay over in Turkey.
Yeah.
On the flight coming home, I wish I took a picture of it. G Money, shout out to G Money. He was on the flight with me coming back. And he's the one that pointed it out to me. It's like, do you see the amount of guys with their heads wrapped? Medical bandages, because the amount of people that are going to Turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's affordable.
It's affordable.
Apparently, it's the number 1 place to go. It's affordable. You pay one price. It includes the surgery, your hotel, your accommodations, food, transport, everything. The entire plane just had guys with their heads wrapped.
Yep.
Yeah.
The entire plane.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go that far to get back my hair.
It's actually pretty good to do, and you just can't wet your head or wash your hair for, I think it's 6 weeks, but it's what's working. A lot of the famous people that you see in the world today, that's what they.
I see them. Actually, they got a couple of people right here saying that went and did it.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
I
crazy.
mean, listen, I wouldn't hate on it. I just
Mhm.
think it just transforms your personality, man, and the outlook of it, man. Hearing
No,
those.
I'm not hitting on it at all. I just don't know if I would go that far just to maintain a hairline.
Oh no, I agree with you. I'm just saying I don't hate on people who would do it.
Mhm.
I just look at it like, oh wow,
Mhm.
you know,
It's
we
an
actually.
option.
If you're willing to go that far, pay the extra money, my brother, God bless
It's
you.
Yeah,
an
but the thing
option
about it
now.
is in Turkey, it ain't even that much extra money.
Yeah.
Like, like
Mhm.
it's relatively cheap there. But you know, if there's something that you have to experience in Turkey, if you ever go there, uh, if you go there to get your hair back, that's fine. But before you go to get your hair back, go visit a Turkish bath.
Mhm.
Oh, I've heard about these.
Go
I've
and
heard about
visit a
these.
Turkish bath. You have to do that before you get the operation because if you can't get your hair wet for how long? 6 months?
6
Weeks.
weeks.
6 weeks?
6 weeks. It
Okay.
was 6 months, man.
I don't know what I know about it.
Mhm.
My daughter ain't pull all my hair out yet. So like yeah, if you have to do that, listen, go see a Turkish bath because that thing is legendary. We went to one and like it was a Turkish bath and a massage parlor, and dude, that was legendary. Like
Yeah,
if there was something that I would like to be able to do every single month if I had the chance, is that. That was
facts.
amazing.
Facts. They were trying to get us to go to one of those because we didn't have enough time when we was in Turkey, but they was
Mhm,
trying to bring us to one of those places like a massage parlor.
mhm,
Um, you're gonna laugh, Oracle, when I tell you where in a second. It was my first time playing in this city. It was myself, Mims, who sang "This Is Why I'm Hot," and
Mhm.
God rest his soul, my good friend Fat Man Scoop,
mhm.
who
Mhm.
we lost about 2 years ago.
Brooklyn,
We did
Mhm.
a show
Timberland.
in this city, and I heard Mims keep talking about it. Oh, we need to go to this place, get this massage, and a somewhat happy ending. And Scoop just keep tapping me on the sides, like,
Don't
don't
do it.
do it,
Don't
don't
do
do
it.
it. We were in Bangkok.
Mhm.
Thailand. Yeah. Listen.
We
Mhm.
were in
Listen.
Bangkok, and Scoop is hitting me every minute. Don't do it. Mm-mm, don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put all Mims' business outside, but uh, he regretted going. He definitely regretted going, but
Mhm.
Scoop gave me the heads up from when we were in New York because we had to lay over in New York. Scoop gave me the
Mhm.
heads up, like this place ain't a city for weak, and keep your eyes open because everything is not what it
What it
seems.
appears to be.
Mhm.
And so
Because
said, so done, boy.
it's funny because like prostitution I think is actually illegal in that country, and yet who cares?
Mhm.
Like it
Who
is bad.
cares? No, that
Like
that is the
it is
Vegas of
bad.
Asia. That is the Las Vegas of Asia.
Mm,
Bangkok is a whole different level, bro. I've
yeah.
done 2 shows out there. Amazing nightlife, amazing parties and all that. But boy, if you about that life and you going in these streets, you better keep your eyes open, boy.
Mhm.
Keep your eyes open because, like I said, what it seems like is not what it appears to be.
Hmm.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, just be careful. But
Facts.
there's something else I want to do because like I want to make sure it's captured. Like, do we want to put up social media information and
Yeah,
stuff?
I'm putting
Okay.
up all of his links and everything like that in the bottom.
All right,
He's going
cool.
to send me a email. I sent him an email earlier with a website. He's going to reply to it with all his links. I'm going to add all the links so everyone can follow him, find him, follow his schedule online. Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And
Thank you.
this is going to be posted. YouTube is our main channel where we post everything, but
Okay.
everything is chopped up into sections on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It's all over
Beautiful.
on all of the things. So yeah, he'll be
Absolutely.
everywhere. Mhm.
Beautiful. Thank you guys. I can't thank you enough for
Mhm.
having me.
Mhm.
SS was actually talking to me about doing this for weeks upon weeks. And it's like
It's been a
the
while, man.
Saturdays is always crazy for me, my schedule
Mhm.
and everything. But I felt like I owed this to you guys because, like,
Mhm.
I keep saying that you guys were there for me from the very beginning. And if there's any way or anyhow that I feel that I can repay you guys for what you did for me in those days and how much
Mhm.
you've supported me over that time, if this is just
Mhm.
that one little way that I can repay
Mhm.
for that, I would do it in a heartbeat because I'm so
Mhm.
grateful for that
I will
y'all was there for me from the journey
Mhm.
from the very beginning.
I will
Mhm.
tell you that following your life and how things took off for you.
Mhm.
Like that's all that you're, because I think you
And-
discount the hard work that you
mhm.
put into all of this as well,
Mhm.
which is the most important part of this. Because like dude, luck is when skill meets opportunity, and you had
Mhm.
the opportunity to sit with us
Mhm.
and just chill with us, and
Mhm.
then over time, like lots of things came up that were roadblocks,
Mhm.
lots of them, and without the tenacity that you actually went after this with, I don't think anything we did would have even like
Mhm.
register a blip
Mhm. Exactly. Mhm.
on like it is important for you to also recognize how much of this is just you just taking it and running with it. And you run
Mhm.
into a roadblock, you bump your head, you get up, you dust off the dust, and you start running again.
Mhm.
And that means more um in general, and just like looking at you and everything that you did is actually inspiring.
Mhm.
And so like take some time out to also recognize your contributions to where you to what uh your contributions to what brought you to where you are.
Correct. Because something I mentioned to you earlier, this was off cam, that back in the day, I used to talk about the best DJs in the Caribbean coming from the Southern Islands. That's not in the conversation anymore. All the best DJs in the Caribbean are now from our island. So,
Hmm.
congrats, man. Thank you for bringing us up.
Thank you. You have no idea how much that means coming from
Mhm.
y'all. It
Mhm.
truly does mean a lot. It does.
Mhm.
You have no idea.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. On that
Uh,
note, the kids are awake.
yeah. Uh,
Mine's
So
about to come home in a bit.
yeah.
yeah.
So the trouble is about to hit. So people remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, if you don't like, comment, and subscribe, and immediately go check out the content from DJ Outkast. J Marty is gonna take the glasses off. Just so you're
Exactly.
aware.
Just like that.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Later.
guys.
All right, later.